All right, let's talk about a guy who had a really interesting rookie year, I thought. 866 yards is definitely very good for rookie season. Drake London, who was the first receiver taken in this most previous draft, he was my personal second favorite receiver taken behind Jamison Williams, and he certainly played better than Williams, although Williams was hurt in year one. But let's talk about what Drake London did so well and maybe where he can even improve and become an even better player. Like, starting off with this play, I think this is a great example of kind of the good with Drake London, but also how it could get even better potentially. Where one thing we're going to see on this play is it's zone coverage that he's going up against, and his route, a pretty simple route, right? Just kind of, there's a little bit of a gap in coverage, a little bit of a bubble outside the numbers towards the bottom of the screen. That's where London is eventually going to go towards. But what I love about London is, really just watch how he runs this route. Watch how the beginning part, you see how he doesn't give anything away. He's just running straight up, which is not allowing the defense to really be able to adjust to how he's running. This is really good route running by Drake London, and this is the kind of thing, and this is what I like about him, is, one of the knocks on him is he's not the fastest receiver. That's just true. A lot of people were concerned about, could he just be a contested catch guy, which, listen, there's value in a contested catch guy, but, there's not a ton of value in that guy. That's not a guy you draft with a top 15 pick in the NFL. However, for someone like London, I think what separates him from some of the other big contested catch guys is his route running and the way he's able to use things like this of not giving away what he's doing to allow himself to get open. Now, there's the issue, right? If you don't give away what you're doing right away, it means you have to cut very well. However, as you see, London does cut very well, gets a little bit of a window to get open. Now, that throw was off. The throw was high. There was a window. The quarterback didn't hit it. And that is something that I'm definitely interested in seeing. And I'm not sure if it'll be this year or when it will be, but we definitely saw times where, you look at London, the 866 yards, he could have gotten significantly more, I think, had he had great quarterback play, which he just didn't in Atlanta last year in his rookie year. And that's definitely something where, yards it's tough because, well, it's not a bad way to evaluate how good a receiver is. You need to watch tape. You need to watch more than just the yards. You need to, see other things because it is dependent on the situation around you to some degree as well. You can also do stuff like this, though. This is a very simple thing, but something that works very well where, it's essentially just going to be, a rub route where you're going to have the receiver who's, Drake London, he's the guy lined up closest towards the top of the screen. You then have another player who's going to essentially just kind of run and get in the way of, you're up against man coverage, so just get in the way of the player who's designed to cover Drake London. London just cuts, straight at an angle to try and get into the end zone. That's the way this works. Watch how right when this play begins, it's just very well executed by both players here on this play. I think London's doing a very good job of accelerating quickly and using his footwork to, again, get to his spot quickly, right? You can see how he's definitely given a window for the quarterback to make the throw. And this time it is a good throw. London makes a, somewhat tough catch, but he's able to still make it, and they get into the end zone for a touchdown. So, again, these are the kind of things that you like to see from London. He's one of those guys where he does all the little things very well, and that's what allows himself to get open. Like, this plays another example where, again, going to make something relatively simple. It's zone coverage, trying to find a way to just get himself open in zone coverage. It's just simple stuff that you like to see. But again, it's the way in which he runs the route that is very, I think, impressive. Where, again, the beginning part of the route, that stem portion of the route, what do you do before you cut? Once again, you see how London is not giving anything away. He's doing a very good job of this. And I think, if anything, even maybe kind of subtly sold as though he was going to be going towards the left because he took like a step there at one point before running back up. Kind of slightly adjusting there while not making it too obvious that he's trying to fake out the defensive back. And again, he cuts so well over the middle. I mean, for his size, the way that he's able to move like that, his footwork is incredible. And that's really what I like about London, probably more than anything. I mean, I don't know. It feels like a high IQ player. That's probably number one, actually. But number two is the fact that for his size, he can just move so well. And that combination, it's just absolutely deadly. And it's why he got some, like, Mike Evans comparisons out of college. You can definitely see, why those comparisons exist because of the way that he's able to, to move so well. Like, this play is going to be another one. I'll just let it play out. I won't pause it at the beginning. But again, very similar thing, right? Where you're having it's a play action. It's going to be kind of a weird play action where the quarterback's going to actually kind of fake the handoff, even though the back's just going to start off blocking immediately on this play due to a blitz. But it's designed to be a play action, and these are the kind of things that, especially with the addition of Bijan Robinson, that the Atlanta Falcons are really going to hope that they can, utilize, very well, as they hope they can use Drake London running this type of route and get him open consistently, and just watch how he runs it. I mean, look, as you see, he is going to do, great job. Once he cuts, I mean, he gets able to move over very well. There was that window over the middle, and he got to that window before a defensive back was able to cover it up, did not sell what he was doing. Similar to stuff that I was talking about earlier, and these are the kind of things he just does so well. He understands zone coverage, he understands leverage, and he knows how to use his footwork and not give anything away and kind of just outsmart guys a lot of times, which is definitely cool to see, and there's a ton of value in being able to do stuff like this. But also, let's go over here, because listen, as great as all that stuff is, there are going to be times when you just have to be able to win on the outside, right? That's just going to happen. You have to, at some point, be able to win on the outside. You can't just win over the middle because, there are times when over the middle stuff is going to get clogged up, and those can be dangerous throws sometimes. But, the way you can really get these big chunk plays is often on the outside. That's typically how you can get those 40, 50-yard catches. Well, on this play, it's going to be a one-on-one matchup against, another rookie, Zion McCollum, who some people really liked out of college, but, was a fifth-round pick. So it is a matchup you expect London to win here. But still, let's see what he's able to do. Watch how he is going to, right when this play begins, again, really sells as though he's going towards the middle of the field. Sells as though that's what he's doing. Kind of shifted over there a little bit earlier, but now it's just full-on, basically trying to juke him out, faking as though he's going in that direction, but that's not what he's doing. He's running a deep route, and these are the ways that London gets open down the field. It's with his route running. It's not with his height and his contested catch stuff. I think people paid too much attention to that coming out of college and said, oh, he wins because he's a contested catch guy, but in the NFL, it doesn't work out as well. Corners are better at playing the ball, so he's not going to work in the NFL level. But I never felt like that was how he got the majority of his wins on the outside. I thought that a lot of what he did was being able to use his route running to win on the outside, which is exactly what he's doing here. Watch as he does get closer towards the sideline, and he is significantly open, and then can use his great ball skills to find a way to make the grab, right? He gets a window, and then he takes advantage of it, and that's what I like about Drake London and why I think that he's been so successful in the NFL already. So, listen, how can he improve? Well, I think just getting a better feel for the NFL will help him improve. I think just, again, understanding this more. He's still only 21 years old. Even for a guy who's a smart player, I think sometimes people think, oh, well, if you're a smart player, well, then that's kind of maybe an issue because you don't have room to grow. Whereas these kind of, not very high football IQ players, maybe they have more room to grow because we can turn them into, at least, guys who have a somewhat understanding of how to play the game. But I actually think the opposite tends to be more true. I think smart players are the ones that tend to continue to improve because they're smart players. They only get smarter, and that's how I'm assuming Drake London is going to go. So I think that if you're a Falcons fan, you should be absolutely thrilled with how London played his first year, and I think he can only improve from here because he already looks really good. So yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.